So I want you guys to imagine that you are on vacation and you're in your favorite city, whatever that city is, and it's like a walkable city. So think like maybe like New York or Chicago, or there's some awesome cities like Savannah, St. Augustine, right? And so imagine that you're there and maybe you're with your family, maybe you're by yourself, it doesn't matter. And you're gonna be walking all day. And so you put on like your comfy shoes, you grab your backpack, you get ready to go out for the day. It's a gorgeous day. You're walking around, you have all the sights planned, and you are going to have just like the best day on vacation. So you could probably imagine that. You're picturing it right now. You might have a smile on your face, which is awesome. So imagine like you're walking and there's a rock in your shoe, just like a little rock. And at first, maybe you just kind of like shake your shoe and it kind of like moves over to the side and you're like, all right, whatever, it's fine. And then you keep walking. And then the rock starts like really like rubbing you. And then like you're shaking it, but you can't really get the rock out. So you're probably like, well, I would stop and take the rock out of my shoe, duh, right? So if you would stop and take a rock out of your shoe, then I want you to go ahead and just let me know that in the comments. If you just like rolled your eyes at me and you were like, I would stop, I would sit down, I would take the rock out of my shoe. So how many of you would take the rock out? How many of you would leave the rock in your shoe? Go ahead. If you haven't put it in the comments, let me know in the comments. It might sound like a dumb question, but I need you to answer before we keep going. So go ahead and put your answer in the comments. I don't care if you're here live or you're on replay. Okay. So you're like, where are you going with this, Jess? This doesn't make any sense, but it does. So your rock in your shoe is something that's annoying you in your life. So it might be something like your clothes don't fit. It might be that you don't feel like being intimate with your husband anymore. It might be that when you come home from work, you're too tired to play with your kids, and so you have mom guilt. It might be that you're worried about your health because your family has a history of different, health issues, and you're getting older and you're starting to worry about it. So it's kind of like a rock in your shoe. And it's not like a big rock that like slammed on your foot yet, but it's a rock in your shoe. It's something that you're constantly thinking about. And so for a lot of us, we have a rock in our shoe. And all we're doing is we're like putting a Band-Aid over where the rock's rubbed. We are shaking the rock over to the side and hoping it doesn't come back. We are doing everything we can except for stopping and addressing the root cause of the issue and getting to the foundation of the problem, which is the fact that we have a rock in our shoe. So what I mean by this is that let's say that you don't have enough energy to play with your kids. And so in order to try to fix this rock, you go on a diet. You try like Beachbody or Optavia, or you go keto, or you go low carb. And that's essentially putting a Band-Aid over the issue, which is maybe that you've gained a little bit of weight, right? But it doesn't actually get to the root cause, because at the end of the day, guys, your weight is oftentimes a symptom of the fact that something feels off inside, the fact that you have no self-care, the fact that you're not sleeping enough, the fact that you're go, go, go all the time and on burnout, the fact that you are the last person on your to-do list. And oftentimes you just get the scraps or the leftovers, right? And so you're putting a Band-Aid on a problem when the problem is that you have a rock in your shoe. There is no, you're going to keep putting Band-Aids and keep putting Band-Aids and keep putting Band-Aids. And if you are a woman who's been on a diet or 12, which is most of you, you've been on lots of diets. Guys, I've been on like 50,000 of them. Like I did all of them, because I've been overweight my entire life until I got into my mid-30s. And so I did the yo-yo, I did the diets, I did them. So I know what that feels like. And essentially, we're just putting Band-Aids where the rock is rubbing. We're putting Band-Aids where the rock is rubbing, right? And so it's like, I kept putting Band-Aids. Well, the Band-Aids kept falling off, and then I would need a new Band-Aid. The Band-Aid would fall off, I would need a new Band-Aid. That's essentially the exact same thing that we're doing when we're diet jumping. Instead of addressing the root cause, really getting to the crux of the issue, fixing our diet culture, our diet mentality, really understanding where our habits are going wrong, engaging in intentional self-care versus just going on a diet, right? And that is like, that's taking the rock out of your shoe, changing your habits, changing your lifestyle, finding things that are sustainable, finding things that are effective, finding something that you can do for the rest of your life. That is how you actually take the rock out of your shoe. Going on a diet is putting on a Band-Aid when you have a rock in your shoe. Going on a diet is shaking the rock off to the side and hoping that it stops rubbing you like your foot the wrong way and giving you a blister, right? And so at the end of the day, we got to get to work on the actual root cause. If you want to be free for the rest of your life, if you want to never go on a diet again, if you want to finally fit into your clothes, if you want to actually feel amazing, feel confident, feel vibrant, feel full of energy, we got to get the rock out of your shoe and stop putting on Band-Aids. All of these quick fixes, they're Band-Aids and they fall off and you end up worse off than before, right? Lose 10 pounds, gain back 15, lose 20, gain back 30, right? And so that is literally putting on a Band-Aid when you have an issue. The issue is the rock in your shoe, the lack of self-care. It's the fact that all of these things are perpetuating you being in a diet mindset, right? Versus helping you break free of that. They're not effective. They're not sustainable. They are not addressing the fact that you have a rock in your shoe. So I hope that for some of you guys, this made a little bit of a light bulb go off for you. I love analogies, and I know oftentimes they help you guys have a little light bulb moment. And so that was my intention for you for today, was to help you have a light bulb moment. Are you putting a Band-Aid over the blister, or are you looking for a solution to actually help you get the rock out of your shoe? Oftentimes the rock is something that we don't even realize. We don't even know that we have a rock in the shoe. And so that's where it's okay to ask for support and get someone to help you take the freaking rock out of your shoe, right? So that's it for today, guys. If you haven't said hi to me, if you haven't told me whether you'd take the rock out or whether you'd leave the rock there, make sure you've left that something in the comments for me below. I do appreciate it. It's how I know you're watching these videos, you like these videos, and you want me to make more of them for you. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you have a great rest of your day.